Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. We're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today because I'm walking on the island today and it's how low the tide is today. It's crazy. And I was trying to decide what I was going to title this video, and I was going to start with the collapse has begun, or retail sales are off, or prices have gone up 50%. There's just a myriad of things I could call it. But before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to join our email list because there's an email going out early this week. And you don't want to miss it. Now, first things first, guys. Costco, okay? If you don't think that the collapse is, starting in our economy, all you need to do is look at Costco. Costco has always been a favorite for people to shop, value shop, and go buy large quantities of things and save money. You know, a couple packages of pasta, a couple packages of sauce, olives, soap, everything. You guys know that, okay? Everybody has their own favorite warehouse that they like to go to, but Costco has not been able to avoid what's happening right now. And there's been a lot of people writing stories about how things that people buy on a regular basis are up 50%. 50% right now. Now, the crazy thing about this is that all these different brands that people buy, and people do this, people are creatures of habit, and they go out and they buy the same fish, the same, pasta, the same soap, the same everything. But when you notice it, when it jumps up some huge level, people notice that. And they're seeing things like salmon has gone up from $20 to $25. There's a great story below that talks about all this stuff. Different soaps that used to be $4.99 are now $9.99. You're seeing everything jump up. One woman was talking about how she used to buy her salads there for lunch. She would plan out her week and she could get a salad for $2.99, and it beats going out and spending $12.99 for a salad. But now those salads at Costco are $8.99 a piece. So once again, it's too much. It's too many things are going up. But you were told this week that inflation is only at 5%. Remember that. It's only at 5%. So it's on you. This is your fault, and you don't get it. Everything's great, everything's reasonable, and it's not. It's just absolutely not. And the idea of value shopping and being able to get a deal is what we should all do. Everybody should practice the word that I always say, is that's frugality. Look at how to save money in everything that you do. Oh, look at this. Bird just caught a fish right in front of us. So we need to do this more often. But Costco, there's a myriad of things. I mean, muffins that went from $3.99 to $9.99 over a year and a half. That's crazy, guys. Absolutely nuts. And the other problem with Costco is that Costco started taking items that were priced per unit, per package, and now they're doing it per pound. So they'll say, this is $9.99. So you feel like an imbecile when you walk up. And I've experienced this. Did it with Chinese food once, where I'm like, how is my bill $54? Well, it's $30 for the Chinese food. Huh? So you're thinking it's $9 and it just jumps up through the moon. Okay? So things are outrageous right now. They're absolutely over the top, completely, too much right now. And Costco's the biggest problem. All the Kirkland brands that everybody buys that saves all this money is not a deal anymore. Absolutely off. So retail sales get announced this week. Retail sales were down a full 1%, which I don't believe it. I think that it's worse than that. But hey, listen, it's only because people didn't buy cars and people didn't have large purchases, airlines and airplanes and large equipment. Nonsense. Retail is off right now as a whole, completely. Okay? So believe what you want about that, but Costco used to be a deal. Now it's no longer the dollar store. I call it the $99 store because when you walk in, you can't get out of there for $100. And it's the value you have to look for now, and that's what's wrong with it. But it's happening on everything that we purchase at Costco right now, and it's unfortunate. The CFO and CEO did a conference call this week and just said, hey, we've got so many challenges with our members that there's no way around it. We just have to, everybody's experiencing, tougher, more difficult times right now. And, we're having supply chain issues. We're having problems getting product out and making it at a reasonable price. And we have to pass along. We tried to keep prices down for a long period of time, and now they're not been able to do that. So next thing, American Airlines and Delta, they stepped forward this week, and they're talking about how they're having, booming numbers right now because they've been able to clip us and charge us so much money as far as the airline tickets. So, maximum prices right now, paying 17 to 22% more for an airline ticket. How's that going to last? Okay, so they're making more money. The stock prices have been affected. They're going down right now, and they think that this summer it's going to catch up to them, that people are going to say they can't afford it. Now, I had a meeting last night at a restaurant, a higher end restaurant, and it's whenever I go into a place like this, it's always the opportunity to ask questions. Are people buying wine? Are people buying, the appetizer? Are they spending more money? No, not. They're coming in here. They may buy a glass of wine and skip dinner. They may get dinner and have water at this high-end place. And I was like, wow, kind of blown away. People wear suits in this place. It's the staff, the wait staff, and they've got the sommelier or whatever you call it with the wine, expert walking to your table that you can ask questions for. People are passing on that stuff right now. People don't have the money right now, and you're seeing this more and more and more. Now, next thing, Amazon, okay, is not in retail. They are the retail buster. Amazon is having a problem with people returning things right now. And I've known people have done this. I've known women that they'll buy 3 dresses, 3 different colors, see which one looks the best on me, ship the other ones back. What if Amazon charged you for returning items now? Okay? Some items with Amazon are now going to have a $1 return fee. Now, you can sit there and say, oh, that's no big deal. Well, it is a big deal. How many returns do you think happen at Amazon in a day? 100,000? 300,000? 500,000? A million? We don't know. We really don't know. But that would be such a huge profit center if they just charged a buck on stuff like that. And that's enough. You'd be surprised if people pay anything, how it motivates them not to do something or to do something. You want to have somebody show up at your event? Charge them. Because if somebody pays $10, they'll show up at your event. You say it's free, people will sign up all day long and not show up because it's not important to them. But if they pay money, it's important. And it works both ways too. So the other thing is EV charging is absolutely criminal what they're charging for this right now. Charging your electric vehicle, remember, Dan, it's free. Hey, it's free for me to charge my Tesla, Dan. Don't you know I get to drive my car for free? I've had that shoved down my throat a bunch of times. The solar that was on your house cost you $62,000. And Dan, it was the best investment we ever did. Oh, okay. Okay, but that's free charging. Remember that. Okay? In New England, okay, over last year, at this same time, it's 30% more to charge your electric vehicle. But it's free. Remember that? So everything is going up right now. People are experiencing everything. I could go through the laundry list, read the article about Costco right now. Everything is so expensive right now, and everything has gone up. But charging your electric vehicle, absolutely through the roof right now. So just a matter of time until people stop doing this. You look at the numbers, look at the EV sales, they're totally off right now. Okay? Biden administration just put forth, a mandate on, the output of vehicles and the emissions and everything that we can have right now. And, you can make cars with, they have to have 99 miles to the gallon. It's just going to make it impossible to have a gasoline powered car. And if they think that's going to be the thing that's going to motivate them to get an electric vehicle, it's just not. People just can't afford these cars. They're too expensive right now. So people right now cannot afford to go out. They cannot afford anything extra right now. Equipment, and that's the other thing is that when you buy something, you want it to last too. The return, programs at different places like Costco, where they would take things back for years, okay, has changed completely. Not only are you paying more money for this stuff, but they're not letting you return it the way that they used to. So share your thoughts on this stuff, but is this the beginning of the collapse? Let me know. Let me know what you think about this, because I think it's just starting right now. So share your thoughts out here. It's an absolute beautiful morning out here. You know, I didn't ask you guys yet. Do you like my shirt? Look at that. It's sharks. Okay, isn't that cool? Sharks in honor of Kevin O'Leary at Shark Tank. He hasn't reached out yet, but we're going to do this. We're going to work on the interest list for everybody that wants to invest in the refinery and the refinery locations. So anybody knows how to get a hold of Mr. O'Leary, reference my last video that talks about Mr. Wonderful and how I'm in. So a couple things. Greensboro, North Carolina, sad day. They're closing their final Sears in that area. Now, Sears has been dead, Dan, for 25 years. What are you talking about? Okay, it's sad. Sears used to be such a great place to shop, guys. It was just where America shopped, you know? And the best thing about Sears and JCPenney's and all the Montgomery Wards, for that matter, they all had these huge, thick catalogs that were just that big. And they had everything. They had go-karts and motorcycles and tools and clothes and absolutely everything in there. And you would just sit there and spend basically a week going through this thing. And it was insane that they could print these catalogs the way that they would. So Sears in Greensboro, North Carolina is done. Down for the count. Very sad day. Had someone write me about different franchisees and franchises that are doing well, and led down a path about Chick-fil-A. One thing that you would be shocked at is if you realized how little sales the average fast food place does in a year. That's why you hear about people owning 40 of them and dozens of them, because they need that to make revenue for the owner. Now, Chick-fil-A, think about this. What is the average revenue for a Chick-fil-A that is not mall-based? In other words, drive-through, lines down the street, all that stuff. Closed on Sunday, by the way. $8.6 million a year for the average location. It's also got a franchisee pool that is different, where if you own a Chick-fil-A franchise, you share in the revenue of all the Chick-fil-A franchises. So if people are happy, you can make more money. But it's also double the size of the average successful McDonald's. I don't know what that means when you say unsuccessful McDonald's, but that's crazy. And, you know, Chick-fil-A does things that are different, where they just don't, hey, we're going to open up 300 units this year. They're strategic with everything that they do. So they just don't open them all over the place. And, you know, chicken tastes pretty good, you know. So there's that. But operating costs, construction costs, everything that, you know, you have that's a problem in any retail setting, any construction setting, they kind of keep it under control. So it's kind of fascinating. There's a TikToker that I got that's got different stats on Chick-fil-A too, and that's in the video description below, which is kind of fascinating that he's got these details. And one thing that was sent to me was, have you ever heard, you know, you got to pay your credit card bills on time? And, you know, I talked about, you know, a woman that posted her credit score, and with that credit score, she got all these dates. And it's funny, I have women now telling me what their credit scores are. Okay, so who knew? Okay, but do they have a shark shirt? That's what I want to know. Okay, so most of them don't have a shark shirt. But it's fascinating about the credit scores. But there is something that people have talked about quite a bit, and I wonder if it's true or not, and that is, you know, you're expected to make your credit card payments once a month. But one thing I was told years ago that I have done is that, let's say you're going to make $500 payments on your credit card. If you could make, you know, $125 payment for 4 weeks, that it would boost your credit score in doing so. And I've done that. I've done that for years. Okay, I'll make, you know, payment here, payment there. And supposedly that's supposed to help boost your credit score because it shows additional payments with the credit agencies. So does anybody know if that's true? You know, there's a credit repair gal, Madeline, that really knows her stuff. And she's always my go-to gal for this. I should reach out to her and ask her if this is the case. But have you guys heard that? because I've done it, and hopefully it's helped me too. But share your thoughts on this. Just a beautiful day. The island right now has it's a public garage sale day, so there are dozens and dozens of garage sales throughout the island today. And I don't want to bore you with the stuff that's for sale, so I won't be walking through that. But share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Does that interest you when you guys hear about these franchises and these different businesses? It is outrageous to start one of these businesses. The myth that it costs only $10,000 to buy a Chick-fil-A, I'll buy 5 if that's the truth. Okay, because it's not. It's the initial probably application fee or something. But share your thoughts on this stuff. The tide is so low today. Look at this. Now we're hearing from famed investor again, Jeremy Grantham, who is saying that the S&P 500 is going to drop soon, within a few months, 27%. And once again, he says that we've not seen the end of banking crisis. He said that a recession is inevitable and that it's going to be bigger than anybody anticipates, and it's going to destroy stocks when this happens. So, go team, okay? But I love Jeremy Grantham. He's been around, and everything he's talked about has been very accurate, for decades. So there's that. Next thing is Silicon Valley. All the different investment deals, the venture capital deals that are out there. All these venture capital deals are off over half right now. And here's the thing. If you have a startup and you're looking to raise money, there are investors out there and people, oh, hey, we've got to go pitch Silicon Valley. No, there's other methods. There's other places that have money. And everybody, when they have a startup and they have a new company, thinks that, the be all to end all is more cash. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a contract. Sometimes it's manufacturing, a sales force, whatever. But I'll never forget my very first medical conference. I had a man speak that has become a really good friend of mine and a really good mentor. And his name is Ken. And Ken is a brilliant investor. And Ken said at this event, and this was a tagline we had from the event, was, hey, if you start up companies, let's face it, you better get good at raising money because you're going to have to do it over and over and over again. And that's what people don't realize. And again, when you run a business, if you're going to borrow money, you should have somebody that knows how to, get a loan and put together a package so that you can do it within a day and give the bank everything that they want. Same thing with raising money. You should be able to do that in a relatively short period of time so that you can answer, what investors want. And people, again, they always think it's, we need to get a check written to us. And sometimes it's just not it. Sometimes it's a sales staff and, strategic partner, whatever. But, when you look at Silicon Valley and the fact that all these deals are off so much and they're off, 50%, that's concerning. That's concerning because these are the big boys. This is Google. This is everybody they're tied to. Everybody that's tied to Apple. Everybody else, okay? This is a major problem right now. Now, Best Buy, another retail disaster. Best Buy is going to just announce that they want to get rid of their sales staff, the majority of the salespeople on the floor. Now, I don't know about you, but the last time I was in a Best Buy, there was nobody around to help. So I don't know who else they're going to eliminate. But this is a horrible way of running a company right now because the sales staff should be making a commission. They should be incentivized, should be knowledgeable. Think about Home Depot 20 years ago. Remember that they would go out and they would offer stock options for people. They would go to the retired plumber and say, hey, come work here. You'll get stock options. You'll be able to answer questions. And this is second nature to a guy that's been, laying pipe for 20 years. I can't believe I said it that way. But you know what I mean? So some guy pulling wire as an electrician, second nature to these guys. But they gave them incentives for that. So hopefully you guys caught that. Anyways, it's a mess. Best Buy is kind of a ridiculous thing right now that they're going to cut back the sales staff because the sales staff, people want the knowledge. Hey, is this the best cord for this or this? you want to be able to answer, get those questions answered. So who else is suffering retail-wise that you've seen? I love the stories about store closures. Yes, we've heard Bed Bath & Beyond, and I talked about JCPenney's, and I have this one guy that writes me that must be, the brother of the CEO of JCPenney's, because he just says how great the company is, and I'm clueless, and everything is completely off. But every time I go into a JCPenney's, it's dead. I mean, it's dead, dead, dead. And if you guys want me to be alone this week, I think I'll go into a JCPenney's this week as well. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Let me know what you think about this. But once again, all these deals are off. Business is off. Jeremy Grantham says that things are going to go down. This is a concern, guys. When do you sit there and say, oh, yeah, maybe there is an issue, okay? Because there is an issue, guys. The business is not right. And if you think that this is just going to overnight, get fixed, crazy, absolutely crazy. And got a great article sent to me about how good the real estate market is and that it bottomed out already. Who believes that? Who believes that right now? I've got a business trip late this week going to Vegas, and there's one guy that's a real estate wholesaler who has been talking about how you're going to see massive bankruptcies in the builders, and you're going to see massive problems with houses that people have put deposits on that are not going to get completed. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Isn't it beautiful out here today? It's really nice. Beautiful morning. I'm going to finish this video with these last couple stories. And once again, another retail nightmare, David's Bridal. David's Bridal is the bridal store that is basically the largest bridal shop in the country. They want to have a sale for the company, but they're going to lay off 9,000 of its employees. 9,000 employees are gone. They had a huge layoff on Friday, and more to follow. Now, here's the problem with this. This is what they call wedding season right now. So all these people are getting married. All these people are planning weddings. Girls are trying on dresses, and they're unloading these stores right now, firing everybody. So David's Bridal most likely will be finished. And again, this is not a business that you can do as an e-commerce store. You can somewhat, but no way. If you've ever been around a bride and see how extensive it is to look for the dress, okay? Rightfully so, okay? It's their day. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So David's Bridal is done. Once again, the economy is great. Everything is perfect, and to add one more thing to Best Buy, their thing is, hey, we're gonna switch our store from the sales staff to an online retailer. Okay, why? Why would you go to Best Buy online when you can go to Amazon? Because then it's just going to be price, guys, and they're clueless on this. So wonder if Best Buy will survive this, if they'll stay out of bankruptcy during this time. That'll be interesting. The final story is a man in Oregon. He wanted to, quote, bless people. So he took the family's life savings, and he took $200,000 and threw it out the car window and threw it on the highway for everybody. And $100 bills, family's life savings, and threw it out the window. And of course, there's video and there's different news stories about Colin McCarthy, who wanted to bless people, wanted to give them a good day and spread good wishes. Only problem was he did this from joint accounts that were part of family members' accounts and made them penniless. He gave away $200,000 in $100 bills. So, okay, I'm sure there was a better way that he could have blessed people with this than destroying everybody's life savings. So, the story is below. The family members were wiped out. If you guys want to bless Dan, you got all the addresses. All the addresses are below. And want to leave me in your will, anything like that, I'm all for it, guys. And I will do everything I can to help you and your family out. So, okay. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's wild seeing this place this low. I've never, in the decades I've been out here, seen the tide this low. And yes, I'm going to hear, Dan, the tank goes up and down twice a day. Okay. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. Don't forget to email me at hello@iallegedly.com. And also, if you want to be part of the email list, use the link below and sign up for it. I will see you guys very soon.